So the question was asked, what determines my down payment, or what determines how much money I have to bring to the table as far as a down payment is concerned? In this video, that's what we're going to go over. I want you guys to remember there are two lump sums of money that you have to show up with at closing. You have a down payment and you have a closing cost. Not all the time do you have to pay the closing costs, but all the time, except for when you got a 0% down loan, you have to pay a down payment. So if you were to buy a house worth $100,000 and you had a 0% down loan, you would have to bring $0 to the table as far as a down payment is concerned. If you had a 20% loan, you would have to bring $20,000 to the table as far as a down payment is concerned. So how do you get a 0% down loan? Well, you can be in the military, you can be a veteran, and you can apply or be eligible for what they call a VA loan, Veterans Administration. If you want to know the details about getting qualified for any of these loans, so you can possibly get your approval letter, and basically that's just a letter saying, hey, the bank's going to lend me money to buy a house. If you want to buy a house this year or next year, just let me know, DM me. I'll put you in contact with the loan officer, and they can walk you through all the steps that you have to take in order to get qualified for all this stuff, and they can give you a lot more details about it. But you can also be a doctor that's MD, not PhD, and I think medical doctors they can qualify for up to $1 million without having to put down a down payment. If you're not a veteran or a doctor, you're just a regular person, then you can get a 0% down conventional loan with a 680 plus credit score, so the 680 or above. And then you have a USDA loan. There's certain restrictions around that. They want you to buy in certain areas, so you can't go anywhere. So if you say, oh, I want to go to McDonough, or I want to go to the city of Atlanta, and you have a USDA loan, you cannot do that. You have to buy in the areas that USDA allows you to. So those are like Covington, I think parts of Conyers, Locust Grove, and then they have a whole map, a website that I can send you if you wanted to see it. Just DM me. And then you got a 3% conventional loan. In order to qualify for that, obviously you have to be employed. I don't know what the debt to income ratio is. Your credit score, I'm assuming that it has to be a 580 or above. I don't know if people are still doing that for conventional loans, but the difference between a conventional loan and an FHA loan, which a lot of you know of, a conventional loan, if you go to the seller and you say, hey, I want to buy this house, but I'm using a conventional loan, what they'll say is, well, I understand that this FHA loan is paying $5,000 to $10,000 more, but let's go with the conventional because they're more likely to close. Why is that? Because if you put a house under contract with a conventional loan, you can buy it as it is, meaning you don't have to ask the seller to make repairs, or the seller they don't have to make any repairs at all. If you want to buy a house with an FHA loan, you can say, okay, seller, I don't want you to make any repairs. I will buy the house in its as is condition, like when I saw it. FHA might say, yeah, I understand that you want to buy the house as it is, but we're putting up the majority of the money to buy the house, so we want the seller or the owner of the property to make XYZ repairs. So they have their own requirements. So that's the difference between a conventional loan and a FHA loan. FHA loans, you can get that as 3.5% down. You can get them with 580 credit score. I recommend that you wait and get a FHA loan when you have a 640 credit score above. And the reason is because you will not have to come up with that much money out of your pocket up front. If you have a 580 credit score, you're looked at as more as a risk, and you're going to have to put more money up front on the front end as far as closing costs go, not the down payment. And you're more likely to not close if you have a 580 credit score. It's going to take a longer time, maybe like 45 to 75 days. So almost 2.5 months. And the typical closing time is 30 days. A bank statement loan, if you don't have the employment history, or the filed income taxes, you can go with a bank statement loan, and you're going to have to put down 20%. The bank is okay with that because if you cannot pay them back, they only put up 80% of the money to buy the house anyway, so they can just take the house back from you in the foreclosure and put it back on the market and sell it to either break even or make some money. You want to buy investment properties, other investments, commercial, they require you to put 25 to 30% down. And if you don't have any of this money, what you can do is go to a family member or a friend, ask them to loan you the money, and they can sign what's called a gift letter. And you can use their money as the down payment for 3% and I guess up or down in this case. If you got any questions, let me know in the comment section, or you can DM me. And that's it for this video.